Today we'll be taking a look at the excellent miniatures from Adventures and Academia First Class, the newest Kickstarter from Steamforged Games. Due to circumstances beyond anybody's control, I wasn't able to get the miniatures until Monday, when the Kickstarter ended, but they are doing late pledges for these miniatures, so thanks a bunch to Steamforged Games for getting me these so I can take a look and get them painted up. From the creators of Animal Adventures and Epic Encounters, these miniatures were based on a concept by Steamforged sculptor Thomas Lishman, or Lishman, I don't know how you pronounce that. He's an amazing sculptor, and the concepts for these are amazing as always. Steamed forged miniatures are a joy to paint. They have just the correct amount of accoutrements with the sculpts, so there's so many lovely details with the two miniatures that I got, but they don't go overboard, and it isn't a pain to do a quick paint on these. And the paint jobs you are seeing are quick paints. I only took about 3.5 hours for both of these miniatures to get them painted up, and boy, they look really nice. I just love things like the little staff with the voodoo doll style totem staff or wand for the warlock. It looks so great when it's painted up. It's just fun to paint. I don't know what else to tell you. I love little accoutrements when people have the little miniature bottles and backpacks and realistic clothing. I just really enjoy sculpts like this. This will include 12 detailed student miniatures and a Kickstarter exclusive Professor Dog. You also get some dice, which are always amazing. I really liked the dice from the last Kickstarter. And for all those characters, you will get 5e compatible fold-out character folios, as well as PDF battle maps, character sheets, and character templates. And you will also get a one-shot PDF adventure featuring the magical school and student characters. So I hope that gave you a good idea about what the latest Kickstarter is all about. You know, I just did basic paint jobs of these miniatures that I got, but the examples that were painted for this project were done by the incredibly impressive Electric Eve on Twitter. I was given images of all those painted examples, so why not appreciate them? You can see them now in the video, and I guess I'll just narrate some of the fluff story that I got about some of the houses while that is going. And yeah, I think that's a good way to finish the video. House Might is home to those who seek to master the physical might of themselves and to become the best fighters they can be. Inner strength, determination, and discipline are the house's key virtues. Home to fighters, monks, and barbarians, the students are taught both the logistics of leadership and mastery of their chosen weapon, be it blade, fist, or mind. This is the house of self-improvement. It seeks to prove that the mind can master the body, and anybody can be the best version of themselves through hard work and dedication. Do you dare take on the challenge and face your deepest fear? Also, this house has a turtle in it, which is great because it's a great miniature of a turtle man. House Cunning. What happens when magic isn't enough? If House Arcane is to be believed, this would never happen. But sadly, the Academy's history is filled with the heroic ends of adventurers who learned this lesson too late. The lost language, in its original dialect, has 2 words for left. One as a direction, and one as in left in a ditch and forgotten. It's a small but important difference when unraveling a riddle or casting a spell. This area, the application of knowledge, is where the House of Cunning focuses the students' studies. It is not enough to simply know an answer. One must also know how to use it to gain the desired outcome. Rangers, rogues, and bards are the creative thinkers in this house, filling the gaps left by the other houses. Their studies focus much on the application of their knowledge, as on the knowledge itself. No one can memorize the answer to every riddle ever written. Many have tried. But learning how to deconstruct the wording to find the right answer is far more usable. The answers have always been there to find. Can you see them? House Arcane seeks to prove magic can overcome any obstacle. Here, warlocks, sorcerers, and wizards all learn that magical power is to be understood and wielded in equal measure. Unlocking the secrets of magic isn't without its mishaps, and House Arcane is responsible for the majority of admissions to the... They're responsible for the majority of the admissions to the Academy's infirmary. So they're a bunch of weak nerds. Yeah, so apparently the house is founded by the Great Silver Dragon, and by happy coincidence, also includes the considerable collection of that dragon's magical books, scrolls, and tablets, which he kindly donated to the house. Each day, students sort through the endless volumes located in the house's tower, finding new treasures and half-forgotten histories, sending new discoveries to the Academy's libraries and archives. It's a never-ending task, as every night the empty shelves become full again, as if by magic. So apparently this house is basically like, this is like dragon hoarders. Like an entire Academy of Magic is set up just to deal with the silver dragon's hoarding problems. The importance of tradition is instilled in students, as only through the knowledge of the past can magic's mysteries be unlocked. Sorcerers can learn to bend the limitation of their spells, and through understanding magic's origins and rules, wizards can find new ways to channel and manifest their magic by learning spells that have evolved over the centuries. Warlocks gain knowledge of their pact and patrons, learning new innovation to their power. Dare you pluck the mysteries of magic and find your true purpose. Also, this house has a little owl guy, who's very great. There needs to be more owl people miniatures, and hopefully there will be in the future. House Divine. This house balances intervention from powers outside of the mortal realm with that of the individual. Wielding such power is as much a burden as it is a privilege, a hard lesson that all House Divine students learn one way or another. The house is home to clerics, paladins, and druids, those who have entered a covenant with the faithful, the gods, or the land. Those who, when they pray, something answers. Technically, I would think that the warlock should be included in this, but I digress. Wow, and Azamar apparently is the guardian of this house. Empathy and understanding the limits of place and perspective in a world only made stronger by its diversity is a key value of this house. Its students operate regularly rotated groups of opposing beliefs and opinions. Though this often leads to initial friction, in time the students learn that there is a place for all things, all beliefs, and all callings. War can win peace, but without death, how would we know the meaning of life? Without darkness, the light would be blinding. Wow, this would be amazing if, like, a cleric of Bane was involved in this. Oh, or maybe the god of undeath or something. There'd be some pretty serious issues that I don't quite know how that would resolve itself with some of the more evil gods that I'm familiar with 5e. In any case, I digress again. House Divine students must find the line between offering creatures help and allowing them to find lessons from finding their own path. The druid must understand the balance between a forest fire needed for the grove to survive. That's very true. Some big trees absolutely need forest fires to actually promulgate and spread over the years. However, that's natural forest fires, which a lot of them are not. So the difference between a forest fire and a pointless blaze that threatens destruction of all. The cleric must recognize that how the temple can not only kindle faith, but also invite doubt. And the paladin must comprehend the moral dilemmas following their oath can bring about. Will you take your first steps upon the path? Well, I hope all of you find your path. Your path to subscribing to this YouTube channel. And as always, all the links to support this channel are down in the description. Take a look. Thanks again to Steamforged Games for sending me the miniatures. Unfortunate I didn't get them until Monday, but hey, you know, these things happen, and I'm just happy I was able to get some miniatures that I could show off to all my cool subscribers. Alright then, you all have a good one.